Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Clock Hour. I have a very, very, very special guest with me here today, Miss Keisha Gilliam. Did I say that right?
Gilliams, that's right. Yes,
Gilliams.
right.
Gotcha. That's like some of my family is Williams. Gilliams. And she's running for mayor here in Waterbury. I wanted to bring her on because I like listening to what she has to say. And this show is never about me, it's about them and what she has going on. And basically, this is your second time running?
This is my second time running for mayor. I ran for mayor in 2019 as a petitioning candidate.
Okay.
And so this time around, I want to force the primary with the Democrats and be the Democratic choice to run for mayor.
Okay.
With the people.
So how do you have to do that?
So basically, right now, I am doing petitions, right? So for the first petition, just to get my name on the ballot, I would need 109 signatures. And anyone who's a registered voter can sign this petition.
Right.
And that is also going to be due on August 9th. However, you can't petition a party or challenge a party until after they have their convention, right?
Okay.
So in the city of Waterbury, they have like 5 days. They have until July 18th or between July 18th and July 25th to do their convention. Once their convention is done, the very next day, I can go to the city and collect my paperwork for do the petition for run for mayor.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's on them to do their convention first.
Oh,
and
the people that's sitting already.
Right, so it's the party,
Okay.
the Democrats. The
All
Democrats
right.
will do their convention, and then the next day I could get the paperwork to do the force the primary. The thing is with that is they have between the 18th and 25th. If they do it on the 18th, on the 19th I get the paperwork, and then I have more time to get the signatures, right?
Okay.
You see how it works? But they're not going to give me any more time, right? So they're going to do it on their last day, which is the 25th, which will only give me 15 days to get the
Right.
signatures.
15 days to get the signatures. Is there a
1,300.
website that
No. So there's no. What you mean a website?
hand over hand?
It's a yes. You gotta sign the petition.
Oh,
You gotta sign
okay.
it, physical sign.
So you got to go beat the streets and everything.
Yes, beat the streets, beat the buildings in the heat.
Yeah.
In the heat. Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. We got it the last few days, right?
Yes, it's gonna be even hotter when that time coming around. So
So, one question is, what would you want to do once you got in office?
So one of the reasons why, well, the many reasons why I'm running for a mayor is because, one, your mill rate here is too high, and it's too high for the residents to sustain. So because you have your property tax at one time, it was 60.23, I think. And so what the aldermen did, they lowered it to like 54 mills because the property value in the city of Waterbury is up, right? So
Right.
when everyone had their assessments, the property value went up.
Right.
And the reason why it went up, we had a forum, and the Democratic candidate said that the reason why it went up because 4,000 New Yorkers came here and they started to bid on property. But your property value doesn't go up because New Yorkers came here, right? The property value went up because of supply and demand.
Right.
So there's not anyone making any more homes or
Right.
any affordable housing.
That's it.
So when you have people who want to buy a house, your property value is just going to go up.
Right.
So because it went up, though, and because you don't have no control of when it goes up or when it goes down, you pay more out of pocket to live here.
Right.
Whether
And
you
they're
did
not
anything
building.
no. But you pay more. I mean,
Right.
for me, $1,500, $2,000 more a year
Right.
to live here, and that goes into my escrow and all that other stuff. But the thing is, you can't sustain it because our residents are the second poorest residents in our whole state. That's
Really?
that's the truth. Yeah. So they can't sustain on top of your energy,
Right.
your lights,
That's
your
a whole
all that
nother animal.
and your food. You can't keep giving people who's on a fixed income. Listen, now you got to pay $2,000 more to live here.
Right.
And then you create more homelessness, right? Because people
Right.
can't rent because the landlords are not going to eat that cost. The landlord's going to push it on to the renter. That's how it works.
Right.
And
I don't get no hookups. I retired.
you don't
So
get nothing.
I don't get nothing.
No, you
Right.
do, and you're not even of age, right?
Right.
You're not 65 or anything.
No.
No. So yeah, so you're not even of age. So anyone who's like between the ages of 35 and 60, we still have to live.
Right.
You can't qualify no programs. You
Right.
make too much money.
Right.
So who is going to change it for the people who live here? Now, O'Leary,
Whose job is that though?
So whose job really? It really is the Board of Aldermen's job to do it, right? It's the Board of Aldermen and the ones who are like your Congress of your town. So
Right.
they're the ones that's supposed to look out for the people and make sure that people can live here. However, it's the mayor's and the alderman's job to come together to a conclusion to change it for the people, right? So when I say lower the mill rate, you gotta lower it to like a 40 mill rate. And then they're gonna tell me, oh well, because O'Leary took out these bonds, $300 million bond, because he had to quote unquote find a way to pay for the pension fund, right? So he took out
Whose
a bond.
pension fund?
The city employees pension fund, right?
Oh,
so
geez.
he took out a bond, a $300 million bond.
Right.
And who pays that back, right?
The city does.
No, the city people, the people who live here, they pay it back. But then I say in that case, let's say, okay, you took out a bond for your pension fund, right? And now I got to pay it back.
Right.
But I don't work for the city, so I don't get a pension. You
Right.
understand? I don't get a pension, but I have to pay for it for
Right.
someone else to have an okay life. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So people who gets pensions, they're normally retired, unless they still work for the city, which
Right.
happens sometimes, right? So now we're paying for people to have a better life than our own. That make any sense? You pay for people to have a better life than your own.
Right.
And it's your money. That's who lives here. Now, I could leave, right?
Right.
I could move.
A lot of people leaving.
I could leave the state, because when I leave, I'll probably leave the state. I'm
Right,
not going to stay
yeah.
in Connecticut. But if I leave, who's going to help? You will still be stuck with the same stuff. You look at your roads. Look at your school system. Look at who is hired here in this town.
Right.
Who's hired?
The school system is the school to prison pipeline. One school has a red line going down the hallway. I worked at prisons. I worked at a couple of prisons. That red line going down the hallway. Inmates on this side, staff on this side. That red line going down the hallway. Not saying what school or nothing, but
But you see it.
yeah.
But you see it.
And you have police officers in the school.
Well, I know a few police officers, right? I know the ones that actually were in the school system. I've
Right.
even asked them, are you needed here? And they're like, yeah, we are. They're
Certain
needed.
schools, yeah.
They're needed in the school system. So what do? Pull them out? When you have
Right.
fights and you have arguments and you have weapons, you can't pull them out.
But a fight back in my time was school suspension and school issues.
Right.
Now it's a legal issue outside of school.
It's
I
immediate,
remember
too. Yeah.
having to take my son to mediation because of a school fight. School fights are school fights. You get suspended 5 days, whatever, back in the days. Not you got to go deal with the court system.
Yeah.
So you putting the two together. So what's your next step?
What is your next step? But how do you?
Your next
how
step-
how do you not even go to that step?
Parents.
Listen, you always want to blame someone, right? You want to blame, you gotta blame the parents because they're the ones in the home, right?
Parents.
But listen, I'm not here to say it's not
Right.
the parents' fault.
No,
I don't know what's
I'm
going
not
on in your
either.
home, right? Right.
I'm not either, but
But a lot of people don't have parents, right?
Right.
The parents of our time, the parents that are there to do, even if you have like just a one-person household,
right.
that person is gonna be both parents. You understand?
I
Be
was.
on it, exactly. But
I did it.
the times have changed. They've changed because of your phone. Kids are not as focused as before.
No.
Their minds are everywhere. Seriously,
No, you're right.
They're not
I
as
was
focused.
a sub. I look at them. I'm watching them.
Right.
Changing the subject, I was talking to them about a school I went to visit, Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were on the forefront of the desegregation. So I went to visit the school. There was kids looking at me like I had three heads. I said, wait a minute, you got a multi-million-dollar smart computer in the palm of your hand. Look up Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. I went to visit the school because I wanted to see it.
You want to see at school?
Yeah. So, it's not like they can't. If they're looking at the wrong thing, if your moms and dad are spending hours and hours doing TikTok videos, you're not really teaching the child nothing.
Yeah.
So I blame the parents. Like me and my son, he come down, if we go out to eat, we ain't using these phones. That's a no-no. Put that phone away. This is
Your time.
yeah, and being able to have a conversation. A lot of people can't even talk because they're so used to picking up that phone and they're not communicating.
Right.
Like if you see a parent and a child in the house and they're texting each other and they're in the same house, what is that? That's crazy to me.
I do that to my daughter. So let me
See?
try that.
Oh, see,
I do
that's
that to my
crazy
daughter.
to me.
No, because she's downstairs, I'm upstairs.
Because I'll be like, yo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, in our school system,
Right.
a lot of the kids, they're foster kids in the school system.
Understood.
A lot of people don't have the parent structure, the adult structure in
Right.
their home. So that's why I say it's going to take a lot more than the parents to change
Right.
the way our children are in the school system.
Yeah, I'll just say the parents, that's just at the top of my list.
Right.
And I look at programs like I'm trying to start a double Dutch program.
Okay.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
Out of all things.
Yes,
you know.
yes, double Dutch. Okay.
Yeah, double
Got that,
Dutch.
yeah.
But there used to be one around here.
Yes.
And it was actually pretty popular. So I'm going that route because give back.
Give back.
Give
And
back.
that's the reason why I'm running for mayor too. Is like to give back.
Right.
Listen, I see what's going on here.
Right.
I see it when I'm in the political realm that I'm in. I see it. You know,
Right.
where I am dismissed.
See?
I was dismissed.
Right.
I'm not dismissed anymore, but I definitely was dismissed. So now it's like, how do you take kids double Dutch? You want them to come outside.
Right.
Right? You want them to see each other.
Right.
You want them to start jumping rope.
Yeah.
Right? So they gotta put that
pulling
phone
teeth.
down.
Yeah, put that phone down.
Yeah, put that phone down.
Put
do
the
double Dutch.
phone
You can't-
down.
Double
Yeah.
Dutch takes, it's not where you can use the phone to do double Dutch. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going overseas with it also.
To double Dutch.
Yeah.
Double Dutch was a big thing.
It was a
They-
big thing.
They used to have that on TV. I don't know if you remember the competition. You used to see double Dutch and they'd be doing tricks in the rope.
I watched all the YouTube videos. I didn't see it.
No, I
on-
mean, growing up.
Yeah,
when-
I've seen
growing
some of
up
it,
when we were
yeah.
growing up as kids. They would have double Dutch competitions on
Right.
TV. I know. I would watch
we
it.
can make it.
Yeah.
We can make it there. I
But
mean,
you have to. It's gonna be so hard to take people away from that phone and the gaming systems that
Right.
we have nowadays. Gaming
True.
and the violence of the games and all that comes to task when you have teachers who want to just teach these kids here. It's a hard pull. It's a
I
hard.
saw it.
It's a hard pull.
one teacher, I give her the utmost up in Kennedy. She was home, and she came on. She said, set the laptop up where she could see him and they could see her, and she made it happen. Respect.
Respect for her to do that.
Yeah,
That's
respect.
probably what COVID, right? When the COVID happened, or doing things at home.
No, this was last year. I think last year. Something, I think
Maybe
she was home
extra
for some
time,
reason.
doing
I
something.
don't
Yeah,
even remember her
yeah,
name, but
yeah.
I gave her credit for that. And all I was really going in there to do is be nosy. Like, what is going on?
What is going on?
Because I raised a young man. What's going on?
But the school system is different. I mean, both my kids went to public schools here too.
Right.
But I could tell you, and I was a mentor in the school system. So as a mentor, I saw teachers being overwhelmed. I saw students being bored. Right? You see that.
Right.
But now in 2023, we've gone so surpassed kids being bored. They're just, the violence is. Why is it so angry
Right.
in the school system when you're supposed to just be there to learn? And then you have people filming
Right.
all these interactions. And
Right.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
I actually think it's crazy that the kids have a phone in the school system when
Right.
they go to school. I think it's just too much.
I was in Walmart one day, short story,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a commotion going on over there. And I'm watching people run towards it, pulling their phones out.
You see?
I'm
Immediate,
like,
right?
I'm ex-Navy. I ain't running towards nothing. I ain't
Yes.
trying to be no hero. I'm not doing it.
Yes, yes.
Not at all.
But the first thing they're thinking of
First
is
thing
pulling
they
your
do is pulling their phone out.
That's scary, right?
Yeah, it's scary.
Because you don't know what they're really pulling out when you go to pull something out. So you
Right.
gotta be careful with that as well.
I was on submarines, so you had to be able to save a person's life if need be. So I'm
They
like,
ain't trying to save no one's life. They're just trying to get
Nah.
it on film or on a video and
Yeah.
let it go viral or something like that. Which is scary though. It's
Yeah.
scary. No one's intervening either. They're just watching it happen. So we're in a different time from
Right.
when we grew up.
I
right?
get it.
Yeah.
Waterbury's my home, and you kind of want, after living in different states and cities and stuff, you see different things, and you just want to see some kind of change.
Right. So I lived in Waterbury my whole life, though. I
Right.
never left Waterbury. My sisters have moved on. I have one in Georgia, I have one in
Right.
California, one in Pennsylvania. So I visited other states.
Right.
I visited other large towns too, like
Right.
Chicago, Philly.
Right.
So, however, they got their issues too, right?
Yeah, they do.
have their
Yeah,
issues too, yeah.
they do.
But I'm saying for Waterbury being in Connecticut,
Mm-hmm.
that's what my thing is. Connecticut is a very rich state, meaning we have really rich people who live here.
Right.
And just to leave to go to work, I work in Danbury, and come back, it's like something has to change here. Something has to change.
Yeah, it really does. I told somebody, I said, Joe, y'all ever in Waterbury, give me a holler. They said, we'll wave at you from the highway.
And they're serious.
Yeah, they're serious.
They're serious.
They live in Bristol.
They live in Bristol.
Yeah.
Bristol. Or Meriden.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I had went to a wedding in DR, and I met these people, and they live in Bristol, and in Meriden. They said, we'll wave at you from the highway.
From the highway.
What?
They don't want to come to Waterbury.
Nah. And it's not as bad as people
It's
think
not,
it is.
no.
The reputation of it
It's
makes
bad.
it.
I go to events a lot at the Palace, which
Mm-hmm.
is strange. And there's Louis Pizza right there, right?
Right,
so
right.
you would think that when the Palace is over, when the show is over, Louis would be packed because Louis has great food.
Right.
But Louis is never packed. And I'm telling you, sold out shows, and it's never packed. I would think there'd be a line out the door for people who want to get food, but I really believe people come and they leave.
Right.
Like they're out. They're
Yeah.
going.
Get
They're
in the car,
out.
let's go.
Literally,
Yeah.
just like that. And because I don't know where the reputation came that we always will have a homeless population.
Right.
But every town has one. Right.
Right.
Every town has. We have bad streets.
Right.
I don't know too many towns that got the worse streets than Waterbury, but we have bad streets.
Right.
We have high crime, but other towns have crime. You understand?
Their towns are just bigger.
Right.
Ours are small.
Well,
so
we are the fifth largest
Right.
in the whole state. So
I work in New Haven. I
Well, New
drive through
Haven,
New Haven.
yeah.
That's a whole different animal.
that's a whole different. Yeah, they're big.
But it's big. So depending on where you go,
But
I
we
do
all have the
deliveries.
same issues, though.
Yeah,
like
same.
New Haven, Hartford, we have ATV issues.
Right.
We have crime issues. We have education issues. So we all have the same issues. It's just that New Haven, the atmosphere is different
Yeah.
than Waterbury.
Right.
Even like a Hartford, depending on what area you go, Hartford could be the atmosphere is different. And what I want to do for the residents is just make it different for you guys to live here. So it's a little bit cheaper, so you get the money back because technically, you put money in someone's hands, they could build an economy by themselves.
Right.
That's why we were given a stimulus package to begin with. They gave a stimulus package, the federal government,
Right.
because they want to stimulate the economy, right? So when you give people money, it
Right.
stimulates the economy.
Yeah.
And when you take it away, it becomes, here's a program for you to apply for, and no one
Right.
applies for it. And no one qualifies for the program.
Right.
And that is where we are in this town. So what am I doing? So I'm running for mayor.
Right.
When I ran for mayor the very first time, it was a shocker to a lot of people, right? People were shocked that I ran for mayor.
That's when I met you.
Yes, that's right,
Yeah.
right.
I was with Miss Cooper over there.
And you didn't know I grew up on Fairmont, and
Right.
yeah, I'm a Fairmont
Yeah.
girl. Yeah,
Fairmont also.
So it was a shock because I wanted it to be a shock.
Right.
I want people to say, "Oh wait, well, who is this? Who does she think she is?" Right? Who does she think she is? So my name is Keisha. My last name is Gilliams. That's who I know I am.
Right.
I know who I am. I don't think anything. I know the problems of the city. I'm just here to try to fix it for the people that live here. And I got it from friends.
Right.
I got it from old employers.
Right.
I got it from everyone.
Right.
Like, who do you think you are? And that's the mayor position. When I ran for Board of Aldermen, everyone cheered me on, and that's the truth.
Right.
Everyone was like, "Yay, Keisha, you're running for Board of Aldermen. That's so cute," right? When I ran for mayor, they were like, "Wait a minute, you're not supposed to be doing that.
What? That's
Stop a break on that."
I thought about it because somebody said something to me, and they was like, "Well, why doesn't she run for alderman first?" I said, "You can't tell a person I'm in the music.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me that I should be a rapper when I want to start a label. I'm telling you I want to start a label.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me, oh, you should go be a rapper." I'm not you can't do that to somebody. She says she's running for mayor, run for mayor.
Right. But see, I ran for Board of Aldermen, though. That's the thing. I ran for Board of Aldermen. And matter of fact, I was,
Ain't that the Good Boys Club?
I actually sent a letter. An alderman passed away in my district.
Right.
And so I sent a letter to the city, and O'Leary called me, and we had a meeting face to face, right? So he said to me, and this is honest to God truth, he said, "I enjoy reading your resume." He goes, but don't take it personal. Blacks are already on the board of aldermen, right? So at that time, there's only one black person out of the 15 members that was African American.
Right.
So when he said blacks are on the board of aldermen, and then he said, I'm going to put an Albanian in that position. So to me, all he saw was my race, right?
He didn't.
He didn't forget what he read on the paper.
Right.
All he saw was that I'm African American, and at that point, I knew I was going to run for mayor even when I told him that. But I knew that's all he saw me as. But number one, I'm a taxpayer. That's
it.
I'm a taxpayer, and I'm not going to allow you, sir,
Right.
to say anything about my race.
Right.
Because you don't even know I'm coming for your position. I'm coming for your seat. So I don't know where you guys think I should start. I already did the Board of Aldermen thing. Now I'm running for mayor. Those who don't want to vote for me, don't vote for me, because I'm telling you, no matter what, it's not going to change here.
Right.
Both parties, Democrats and Republicans, they're all together.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Especially here.
They're all together.
They've been
They're
together
all
for a long
friends,
time.
And I think that's cute and all.
Right.
There's no division.
Right.
It's going to be ran the same. I'm telling you, I'm challenging to change it. It's like I'm challenging to change it.
Okay.
And there's so many people that got a problem with that. I feel so bad for them. I feel bad because it's like, listen.
Would they be losing?
They'll be winning. You
So
are
nobody's
the victor.
losing.
They will win when I win. But I'm not here to give suggestions to the person that will win. I'm here to try to win the seat so that I could change lives for the people who live here. And all the people, no matter their race, their gender, their religion, no matter who lives here. If you live in the city of Waterbury, you need to change it for each other.
Right.
And that's why I'm running. And
'Cause
even though
it's really not, it wouldn't be a bad place. It's not really a bad place, but you see the shortcomings. And I'm like, yo, man, I spend more money on getting my front end fixed on my car than anything.
yeah, because of the
potholes
you
and
hit.
the patchwork and man, you'd be like, yo, it's too small to run a half a street in the middle of the day. Do it at night.
Right.
You
That's
know
right,
what I
that's
mean?
right,
And
that's
then make some adjustments and take care of them at night and get them done.
Right. So but certain areas in the city of Waterbury are more paved more
Right.
often than the other areas. So
Right.
I'm saying that technically we're all one city, so the whole city needs to look the exact same. So District 1 should look like District 4.
Right.
District 2 should have the same work as District 1. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're one city. So
Right.
no portion of the city should look better than the other portion. It's because we're all one and we're all paying into the same
And
pot.
see, that's good.
In the
And
same
that's
pot.
what I'm about. Like, look, let's make it happen. We were down there with the basketball court at the Square Park with the mural down there.
Yes, I saw that. Yes, Martin Luther King Park?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're touching that up now. And, I told my man, I was like, man, it's not about taking credit. I sat down, we went to the schools and got kids from Wilby and kids from North End art class, and they came up with the concept.
Of the design?
Yeah, and then we had an artist come from New Britain, and he laid it all out. So we going back in to touch it up here shortly, but I was trying to explain to him. I said it ain't about getting credit for it.
So look
man.
what we
It's
did.
about-
Look at what I did.
Yeah,
I did this. I helped with that.
Yeah,
but you know what though? But you guys were also there before it was like that.
Yeah.
Right. So before it was like that, you guys were still there doing your thing while
You're right.
MLK Park.
Right.
So now you made it look so much better.
Right.
It's painted.
Right.
It's nice. But I'm saying you were there before,
Right.
and you're still there now, right?
Still there.
Right. So
Right.
so when people say credit,
Right.
everyone wants to say, "Oh, I did this X, Y, and Z,"
Yeah.
but in fact, you weren't even there before it was like,
Right.
right?
I know what it
Right?
looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You know exactly what it looked like.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
So it's just amazing.
and the benches and all that stuff, right?
I would like, and I'm not supporting because you're here right now.
Sure.
I'm supporting because of I understand.
Yes.
And we need change.
Yes. And
There is nothing changed about this place.
No.
After you could leave here for 10 years
That's
and
it.
come back, it's the same thing.
That's right. That's right. The exact same thing. The exact
Yeah.
same streets. The exact same. Well, your numbers would be lower, right?
Right.
But you cannot sustain the money we pay here, and especially the seniors. You have people who live in their home. They live in their home 50 years. You can't. They're on a fixed income.
Right.
For real.
Right.
And when you say to them, okay, look we're only going to save you $40.
Right.
I think all the Board of Aldermen needs to say goodbye. I think there should be a whole different set of aldermen in place as well, only because they are there to make sure that the city residents can live here in this town.
Right.
And they're not doing their job. Right. So the Board of Aldermen and the mayor is leaving.
Right.
O'Leary is leaving.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's put someone in his place already. Well, he's endorsed someone.
Yeah, but
And more than likely, he will be named to run for mayor on the 25th. Anyone can go to these.
why not let the people decide?
That's why. And that's another thing I want to do when I'm in office. I want to change our charter so that 15-member boards cannot choose to increase our taxes. We need to vote as a community, say, yes, we want our taxes to be increased. That's what other towns do, you know?
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah. So, yes. So
But that's like, let the people decide.
let the people decide. So I have 15 days
Right.
to collect 1,300 signatures, and it's going to be grueling. It's not even, it's almost
15
impossible.
days.
Yeah, 15.
1,300 signatures.
Democrats.
I think the people can actually do that if they really wanted to. So let's do it. Why not?
Will you sign it?
Yeah, I'll sign it.
I'm gonna find you.
I'll sign it, and
on the 26th, I'm gonna find you.
yeah, I'm on the 26th. What day is that on?
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll
Last
be
Wednesday of the
around.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be around. Tuesdays and Thursdays I won't be around,
Okay.
but
Wednesday.
I'll be around.
All right.
Definitely.
And your friends too.
Yeah, some of them.
Some
yeah.
of them, yeah.
But
Some
I know
won't,
I'll
yeah.
be around.
Right.
And like I said, it's coming out of my mouth. I'm supporting.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? I'm not somebody big out here or nothing, but I know what I believe in. I know what I've seen. I know what I've done. And I'm like, it's time for a change.
Time for it. It has to change.
Yeah.
It's not even for just us, even for the kids that are coming up.
Right.
It has to change.
Right.
And I know people are watching me, and I think it's cute that you watch, right? But I'm not gonna stop. So yeah.
And that's what it is. But we got a couple of events coming up, so I will be reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And like I always do, and we're gonna stay in contact.
Thank you, Mark.
I
so
thank
much.
you for
Thank you.
coming on board, and
Thank you.
let's get it.
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate you
welcome.
guys.